I am super excited for today's video because we are going to be featuring a ultra special ingredient. This right here is a scabbardfish, or as it's known in Maltese, tangerine, which literally translates to belt because, well, you can like bend it quite easily like a belt. And what's exciting is I have never prepared this fish before, and I am completely obsessed with seafood and cooking seafood and that kind of stuff. So this is a real treat for me. So in this video, I am going to do my best attempt of filleting these fish, breaking them down into little portions, and just creating like a delicious starter or appetizer with like a salad of beautiful seasonal ingredients, featuring this guy right here. I should mention that this video is sponsored. The Maltese government, specifically the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries, are working towards this initiative to promote sustainable varieties of Mediterranean seafood. So I'm super excited to get stuck in. I've also got a lot of these, so I don't think you're going to be seeing just one recipe from me. In fact, this whole project is going to be an ongoing series, not just with this fish, but a couple of different types of sustainable varieties of Mediterranean seafood. Super excited to get into this. We have a lot of fish to prepare, so let's jump straight into it.
Our first task is to fillet these beautiful fish. So, I laid out my board and my boning knife, got several trays to put the different parts of the fish on, some paper towels, and our lovely fish held on ice. As with any fish, you want to start with a clean dry fish and a clean dry chopping board. These fish were freshly caught, so the first thing I did was remove the guts by just splitting them open from the belly, and once the gills were exposed, pulling everything out from there. And then just wiping out the cavity and the board with some paper towels. Next, I like to remove the head from just behind the pectoral fin and chopping it off with a bigger, heavier knife. Now, it's actually time to fillet. Start by running your blade along the dorsal fin on the back of the fish, trying only to go in just about half a centimeter deep. Next, slice through in long, straight motions even further until you hit the spine of the fish, and just run your knife along that. From there, I could just cut across these small bones to reveal the entire top fillet. Now before I got to the second fillet, I turned the fish over and I removed the tail. Since it's quite skinny and there isn't much meat, I reserved this for another preparation which I'll cover in a future recipe. For the second fillet, I just repeated the process of running my knife along the back of the fish and following that with another slice until I could feel the spine. From then, I just followed the curvature of the skeleton with my knife, and I could just peel back the final piece of the fillet until it came off from the spine in one whole piece. I repeated the same process for the other fish and made sure to reserve all the tails, the spines, and even some of the bone in midsections of the fish to recipe test for some other fun preparations. I love being able to use the different parts of a whole animal for different purposes. That's one of the biggest advantages of filleting your own fish at home. If this looks like a lot of work, you can definitely ask your fishmonger to do this for you. Now to portion the fish, I simply cut each of the larger fillets into quarters that were just big enough to fit inside of the pan that I'm going to be cooking them. Now, moving on to the salad ingredients. I started off by toasting some flaked almonds in the oven at 160 degrees for 15 minutes until they were nice and lightly toasted. Next, I got these beautiful sour oranges and I juiced them to form the base of my vinaigrette. I combined 1 part orange juice with 3 parts olive oil, a good pinch of salt, a few cracks of black pepper, and a heaped teaspoon of Dijon mustard. These can all be shaken together at the last minute to form a quick and delicious salad dressing. Now for the rest of the beautiful citrus. I peeled the tangerines and just removed the excess pith from around each of these beautiful little segments. And for my regular oranges, I cut around the outside of the skin behind the pith, and then cut each piece in half and then into quarters, and proceeded to cut those quarters into small slices. And finally, I also sliced up half a small red onion, just to add a little bit of bite to our salad. Once you are ready to start cooking, season your fish fillets really well on both sides with salt, and then prepare a dredge of roughly 6 parts all-purpose flour, 1 part corn flour, and a good pinch of salt. Mix these together and dredge your fish fillets in them just well enough to coat, and then dust off any excess flour. Before I start cooking, I always like to half-assemble my salad by adding all of the ingredients that we chopped up previously and placing them in the bottom of a bowl with a good drizzle of our vinaigrette. And then I just top that with my rocket leaves, torn mint, and my dill. I'm not going to stir these for now, I'm just going to dress these at the last minute. cook the fish, place a non-stick pan over high heat with a good drizzle of olive oil. Lay your fillets skin side down into the pan and press them down to make good contact. I like using a lid for this because it stops me from having to press down a bunch of fillets at the same time. After 2 minutes, remove the lid, turn the fillets over and cook for a final 30 seconds to 1 minute. To serve, quickly dress your salad along with a good pinch of the crushed almonds that we prepared before, and plate up by the small mound of your pan-fried fish pieces and serve this immediately whilst it's nice and hot.
Okay, and here is our final result. The smell is amazing. It was actually super fun to cook. I would have liked to get a little bit more color on it, maybe start at a higher heat, but I just did not want to overcook this fish. This is my first time cooking it, super excited, first time tasting it, and I think it's time to dig in. Still got like a nice crispy little skin to it. The fish by itself has really nice, like delicate, sweet, white, flaky fish kind of thing, like very soft, but like a nice crisp on the outside. Let's try some of the salad. Okay, final verdict. Altogether, these flavors work exceptionally well. You have the tartness and the sweetness from the oranges, the bitterness from the rucola, the herbaceous notes from the mint and the dill, the crunch from the almonds, and that beautiful, beautiful savory crispiness from the Scabbardfish. I know, none for you. I'm telling you, the place smells amazing. The cats have been right. Calm down, Poopa. Overall, I really enjoyed cooking this fish, and this won't be the last time. This sustainable seafood series is an ongoing series, at least for the next little while, so watch this space. Please subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video and you would like more recipes like this. I'll leave a link to the Instagram account, maybe some of the social pages of the actual sustainable seafood campaign. If you're interested in more things like that, you can go check that out. But overall, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. What are you doing, you? You shouldn't be on the counter. You think you're sneaky. You think you're sneaky. Come.